Seems there has been a problem on the armor of the Argentinian fighter. And here we go again. Argentina, as I said, in light blue and white, Wales in black, with a yellow cross and the red dragon. And he tries to get the takedown, but he doesn't. The Argentinian fighter manages to stay on his feet. And these two are turning it into an outright slugfest. And he's pushed his opponent almost out of the list. A very harsh fight. And we're back with England versus South Africa in a match that seems to be pretty much one-sided. Hard kick again. South African fighter tries to get a kick in just as much. But look at the speed advantage. That is a very one-sided match indeed. I get the feeling for every strike the South African fighter can get in, his English opponent lands 3. Nice trying to get him out of the corner there to be able to attack from a wider range. Up against the fence again. Probably gonna go for a takedown. Marshall was about to intervene, but he's seen that they're getting apart now anyway. And you can see the South African fighter, he's gassed. He's absolutely running on reserve fuel. And the ref is in between them. And I think that might very well be it between these two men. Yes, obviously the signal has come off with the helmet, and I think we can all agree that this fight can only go one way.
Chwilka przerwy na radę dla sędziów i zaraz zobaczymy, czy ta runda już rozstrzygnęła werdykt, czy jeszcze nie. I będzie teraz rozstrzygnięcie i jednogłośnie wygrywa Anglia!
And the winner is obviously England. I'm not surprised by that now. And on list number 2, Argentina and Wales are getting back at it in this very second.
Nie punktowa, chociaż nie, już teraz przełamana obrona Argentyńczyka. Walijczyk pięknie okłada go ciągle w to samo miejsce.
And these two fighters are slugging it out, as we can hear.
Teraz coś na kształt boksu.
Hard kick to the leg. And a lot of wrestling in this match as well. Wales and Argentina. And he's trying to go for a clinch again, trying to get the takedown. But these two fighters are very good when it comes to clinching. Hard shot with a fist. And I think he's dropped his weapon now. No, he hasn't. But the marshal is in between them. And I'm not sure whether the Argentinian fighter is all right.
Spotkanie, proszę Państwa, dlatego że obaj zawodnicy są na naprawdę bardzo wysokim poziomie. Ja osobiście bardzo polubiłem Hiszpana, który naprawdę rewelacyjnie walczy. Z drugiej strony nasz reprezentant Polski.
And on the left-hand side of the list, on list number 1, the next fight is Poland versus Spain.
No, można powiedzieć, że będzie
This one's going to be a little more difficult to keep apart. The Polish fighter we can see here right now in the straight red tattered. His Spanish opponent has a yellow stripe over his chest and his back. A few last contemplative seconds for the Polish fighter.
Zwyciężyła Argentyna, wielkie brawa i to już możemy rozpoczynać walkę polskiego reprezentanta.
I teraz
If I heard it correctly, the win in this duel between Argentina and Wales went to Argentina. And on the left-hand side now, Spain and Poland getting it on in the first round of their duel. These are certainly two of the best fighters in this category. And you can see the control of the weapons, very good defense. Nice combination by the Polish fighter, trying to get 2, 3, 4 shots in there. And you can hear it straight away, the reaction of the crowd.
Versus South Africa. A my tymczasem mamy niesamowity pojedynek Hiszpana z Polakiem. Okładają się obaj
But I think this is going to be a very close fight.
Oba reprezentują naprawdę bardzo wysoki poziom. I stop.
And the referee's in between. I think the Polish fighter dropped one of his finger shields just before.
Kroczył już rycerz z Luksemburga, a jego przeciwnik z Belgii.
And on the right-hand side, on list number 2, I can see the Luxembourg fighter getting ready. I guess that his opponent is... Well, I can't see it from here, I'm sorry.
Tutaj mocno się naradza rycerz z Hiszpanii, a z drugiej strony mamy naszego polskiego.
Apparently there's some damage to the finger shield. Straps come off.
Strategię dalszej walki. No ja jestem naprawdę bardzo ciekawy. Jestem bardzo ciekawy, kto zwycięży to starcie, bo naprawdę jest wyrównane.
On list number 2 now, here we are with Luxembourg against Belgium, if I'm correct. Yes, Belgium. So more or less a neighborhood duel between Luxembourg and Belgium.
Raz za razem jak dobry kowal układający swój produkt na kowadle.
List number 1, it's still being worked on the Polish fighter's gauntlet. So there's nothing you miss over there at the moment. While we're here with Luxembourg against Belgium. Right now on list number 1, Spain and Poland are ready to recommence.
No, jeśli macie faworytów, to kibicujcie, słuchajcie, nic nie działa tak jak doping ze strony publiczności.
Po to tu przyszliście, aby dopingować między innymi drużynę z Polski. Jest okazja.
Very quick strikes now by the Polish fighter, trying to get a combination in there. Trying to land a few clean shots, but very good defense by his opponent, who blocks most of them. And in turn can land a few nice counter shots to his opponent. Just look at that speed, absolutely amazing.
Hiszpan nie pozostaje dłuższy, aczkolwiek tutaj widać ewidentnie, że chyba Polak ma przewagę. Więcej trafień, a może bardzo ładne parowanie ze strony Hiszpana. Cios w głowę. I w biodro z jednej i drugiej strony. Proszę Państwa, co tu się dzieje?
An absolutely exciting fight that we see. And the ref stops the fight, back to the respective corners, just in time for the fight between Luxembourg and Belgium to recommence. And here we are again in the neighborhood duel. If you're wondering what the green dots on the armor and the weapons mean, we can see the green dot, for example, right now on the side of the helmet of the Luxembourg fighter. That means that this part of armor or this weapon has been approved of by the referees before the fight, and only weapons and armor with green dots may be used on the list. And we have a winner between Spain and Poland, and the winner of this fight is Poland!
Ale wielkie brawa, proszę
To
państwa.
the delight of the home crowd, he takes yet another victory today.
Piękny pojedynek.
Strong display.
And the last fight in list number 1 is Quebec versus Estonia.
Mamy przerwę między Belgiem a Luksemburczykiem. Sędziowie decydują, czy będzie runda trzecia, czy też mają już wystarczającą wiadomość, którą zaraz ogłoszą. Mam nadzieję, proszę państwa, że mimo deszczu warto było
And the last fight in the groups A and B is now Quebec against Estonia, while Luxembourg and Belgium are still waiting to battle it out on list number 2.
W Polsce Mistrzostwa Świata. Naprawdę warto przyjść, warto podzielić się tą informacją ze swoimi przyjaciółmi, znajomymi. Są jeszcze dzisiaj.
On the left-hand side, we can see the Estonian fighter getting prepared
Cała sobota, cała niedziela.
on the far left of the screen.
Zmaganiami rycerzy, ale nie tylko, bo będą jeszcze informacje bardziej...
And apparently we have a decision between Luxembourg and Belgium. And the winner is Belgium. The neighborhood duel is won by Belgium. And the fight between Belgium and Luxembourg is also the closing fight in the groups C and D.
Estonia, please call to the list.
There's only one more fight to go now, and that is between Quebec and Estonia. Now be prepared between Quebec and Estonia. The Estonian fighter is the one you see right now with the light blue and white quartered surcoat. His opponent is also wearing light blue and white, but only split in half. And here in the camera you can see the drops of rain.
A przed nami już reprezentant Estonii i reprezentant Quebecu.
Here we see the Estonian fighter now.
Na początek
And here we see his Quebec
żeby
opponent.
pokazać, że są tak naprawdę w dobrych stosunkach.
The fighters are ready and off we go in the last fight in the 1 versus 1 group stage.
Pojedynki na szrankach numer 2.
And the Quebec fighter with a slight reach advantage due to his size advantage.
No tu na razie mi słychać
And he also
solidne
seems to be a
kroki w
bit
głowie.
fresher. I have the feeling the Estonian fighter is gassing under his helmet. Both men have quite a number of duels already to their names. And it seems to me that the Quebec fighter is just a little bit fresher. Quartered surcoat between light blue and white. And you can see very well that the Estonian fighter is really tired. He's exhausted. His strikes are not very precise anymore. And he's got problems assessing the reach of his weapon. And the ref now stops the first round. And I give this round to the Quebec fighter.
Na szrankach numer 2 zakończyły się rozgrywki grupowe. Na razie zostajemy w takim razie świadkami widowisk. W szrankach numer 1 zawodnik z Quebecu odpoczywa. Widać, to ten zawodnik z kapalinem, z tym tak zwanym kapeluszem rycerskim, biało-niebieska tonacja jego barwy. Mamy zawodnika. Zawodnik z Estonii po jego przeciwnej stronie. Za chwilę dowiemy się, czy będzie kolejna runda, czy też sędziowie już wiedzą dostatecznie wiele, aby ogłosić werdykt.
And it would seem to me that the fighters on list number 1 are getting ready again for the second round
Estonia kontra Quebec.
of their duel. Estonia versus Quebec. And here we go again. Quebec now on the left-hand side, Estonia right in front now.
I raz za razem, ale jednak wyższy zawodnik z Estonii trafia niższego, zawodnik z Quebecu trafia niższego od siebie Estończyka w głowę, w hełm. Kolejne trafienie nie są może szybkie, ale co najważniejsze celne, a jednocześnie sam nie otrzymuje punktowanych ciosów na swoje miejsce, ciało, a poprawi jedno, dwa. Może to nie są ciosy, które podczas bitwy specjalnie wytrąciłyby z równowagi.
You can see very well now that the Estonian fighter is not able to land significant shots against his Quebec opponent. So I suppose this fight will be over after this round. I should be surprised if this would go to a decision round. And the ref is in between them, and that means the end of this round and most likely the end of this fight. And I get the feeling that the Estonian crew agrees with me on that. Opening the chin strap, as it seems. And now we're waiting for the judge's decision. There we go, the helmets come off. That means we have a decision, we have a winner.
Proszę Państwa, możemy podziwiać teraz twarze rycerzy.
And the winner is Quebec.
Zwyciężył Quebec.
Quebec win the last fight in the group stage, in the groups A and B. C and D have just before been finished with a fight of Belgium and Luxembourg.
Porozmawiać. Oni są bardzo chętni do rozmów, oni propagują, bo ci dwaj, większość z nas propaguje cały ruch rycerski skupiony wokół federacji IMCF, która to promuje średniowieczne walki sportowe. To federacja międzynarodowa, a z jej ramienia w Polsce działa Stowarzyszenie Profesjonalne Rycerstwa Polskiego. Przypomnę, kadra Polski w zeszłym roku na takich samych mistrzostwach w Hiszpanii zdobyła złoto.
And if I'm not mistaken, then we are heading right back to the list number 1 with the women's duels now. And if I'm judging correctly, that is Quebec against South Africa. So that means who we have here now.
South Africa,
No?
a representative from these both countries. A ja wrócę do przerwanej myśli. Rycerz z Polski w ubiegłym roku, Marcin Waszkelis, zdobył na takich mistrzostwach złoto w walkach indywidualnych miecza długiego. I oczywiście nie był to jedyny medalista z naszej reprezentacji. Nasze
Bardziej. Niektóre drużyny
były 3 medale w kategorii miecza i tarczy, w kategorii broni drzewcowej. Swoje dwurogie złoto na tamtych mistrzostwach w mieczu i w tarczy.
Well, excuse me if I'm talking absolute bogus now, but I think we're now heading into the women's duels. And that means that should be Krista Hayson-Martin, who yesterday won a bronze medal for South Africa in the 1 vs 1 pole arm category, and her opponent should be Quebec.
Interesować się poczynaniami naszej kadry, warto ją wspierać, warto dopingować. Kto wie, może znajdzie się sponsor, który przyspieszy jeszcze rozwój naszej kadry, aby na kolejnych mistrzostwach było coraz lepiej. A my przenosimy się, wracamy już.
There we have the confirmation. Quebec against South Africa. Quebec in white and blue. South Africa in the colors of the flag, as you can see them on the right-hand side. And you can see the ground is getting slippery and slipperier.
Mikrego wzrostu, lekkiej wagi, no chciałoby się powiedzieć, że
Hard to keep balance now.
się szczepili. A jakie piękne trafienie i raz za razem.
And a hard shot to the head of the Quebec fighter, but the fighter from Quebec is landing a few solid shots on the fighter from South Africa now. And there we can see a speed advantage on the side of the Quebec fighter. She just seems to be landing shot after shot.
Proszę Państwa, w tej chwili, tego nie powiedziałem wcześniej, a trzeba to podkreślić.
But whenever the South African sword is coming through, it's a heavy hit. But it's not the impact that counts, it's the number. First moment of break. In the background we see the male South African fighter on the left hand side. Now just walking into the frame. And up with the visor. A few words for the Quebec fighter. She seems to be very focused, and she had a good start in this first round, which I give to her. I think we're getting ready again for round number 2. And here we go again with the second round of this women's 1 versus 1 in the longsword category. Just look at the quick swings of the Quebec fighter and how slow and heavy the swings of the South African fighters seem to be against that. Hard to block, no doubt about that, but too slow to actually count just as much as the shots that the Quebec fighter is landing.
Raz.
Rather slow fight this. Both fighters trying to save their energy, and I get the feeling that the South African fighter is still sore from yesterday's polearm duels.
Możliwe, że już sędziowie zliczą punkty. Może to już będzie koniec.
And I don't think there's much illusion on the South African side. I think this fight should have gone to Quebec very, very clearly. And if I'm judging the gesture correctly by the referee, then that means helmet off. And yes, in fact, the helmets are taken off now.
fight will be group
And the winner of this opening round is Quebec.
okay. To the next round, the advanced knights from Poland, Luxembourg, Lithuania, Japan, Austria, Quebec, Belgium, and Spain. You're welcome. A ja już widzę zawodniczkę z Argentyny. Z pięknym uśmiechem wkracza, aby za chwilę nieść krew i pożogę swojej przeciwniczce. A będzie to zawodniczka, już za chwilę Państwu przedstawię.
Down here on list number 1, I can see the Argentinian fighter preparing.
To zawodniczka z Japonii.
And her opponent will be the fighter from Japan. As we can see, but I don't see the Japanese fighter quite yet. There they come.
Już widzę poczet rycerki japońskiej wprowadzany pod dumnie łopoczącym białym sztandarem z czerwonym
Here comes the team from Japan
kołem. Zapraszamy
in the background. They're marching through.
Przywitajmy gorąco, mimo tego deszczu. Panie teraz rozpoczynają swoją rywalizację. Przedstawicielka Japonii i Argentyny, dwie jakże z egzotycznych krajów, jeśli chodzi o kulturę rycerstwa średniowiecznego. A proszę, spodobało się, jak chwyciło to bakcyla tak daleko od serca Europy, gdzie rycerstwo miało swój zalążek. Zawodniczka z Japonii, zawodniczka z Argentyny. Obie panie już są gotowe. Proszę zwrócić uwagę, jakie piękne ozdoby kolorystyczne przy nogach lub przy kolanach. To widać, że panie walczą, każda ma gdzieś tam drobiazg, a to różowy, a to jakieś kolorowe.
And here we go with Japan versus Argentina.
Mimo tego, że panie są to walczące, to jednak
Second fight in the women's 1 versus 1 Longsword nomination.
Wonderful hospitality.
Still in the group stage.
I chwyciły do siebie.
And we start off with a few good shots by the Argentinian fighter, who's also the captain of her national team, just to mention that.
I silny cios w bok otrzymała Argentynka.
And these two ladies are really going at it.
Jak dwie osy rządzą się nimi.
And the Japanese fighter slips
Japonka znalazła się na
and
ziemi
lands
na pewno.
on the ground.
Padający deszcz. No,
I'm not sure if that can be counted as a takedown. It was quite obviously due to the rainy conditions and due to the ground getting more and more slippery.
Zamach Argentynki, no gdyby doszło
We'll see about that on the judges' scorecards.
zdeprymować przedstawicielkę Japonii, ale walka wraca już chyba wyrównania raz za razem.
Good shot to the hip.
Co jakiś czas to celne trafienie. Japonka tym razem, wydaje się, to zdobyła 2 punkty. Ach, jakie piękne!
And that is the end of round number 1,
Nie zareagowała, kiedy otrzymała
a round which I
silne
probably would give to Argentina by a small margin. But she did land the better strikes.
Strategy changed. It always depends.
She seemed more controlled.
Being tall, it's obviously better for me to use my reach and to keep my distance. Strike my opponent without able to strike me. So I pull back a little bit, and then he won't be able to hit me. It doesn't always work the way you plan. Quiet in each combat situation. You just go in face to face, force people down.
And you can see right here how heavy it started to rain, trying to protect the fighters from the water.
Druga runda. Japonia kontra Argentyna.
And here we go with round number 2 between Argentina and Japan. Argentina in white and light blue, Japan in white with a red dot on the chest.
Wielkością Japonki, tym bardziej wielkie
Good
prawa
shots
dla
now by the Argentinian fighter,
jedna i druga
who's
posługują
blocking her
urządzeniu.
Japanese opponent very well.
Gdyby to
And
się
the Japanese fighter obviously has problems already assessing the reach of her weapon.